Hello everyone, Moran McKay here, and welcome to part 1 of Viconia DeVir in Skyrim by Sulteric Drums. Okay, so, when you install the mod and start up your game, you'll get a notice like, these will just flash across the screen, and you will get a note dropped in your inventory. Note about Viconia. Read it, and it'll start the quest up for you. Dragonborn, there is a female of unique race I've never seen before at Javasker in Whiterun. You will definitely want to meet her. Signed, a friend. So, after reading that, you'll have to go meet Viconia in Javasker Hall in Whiterun. Alright, here we are at Javasker, and here she is. Okay. For those of you wondering about her outfit, I gave her this stuff, the sword and this armor. I guess Sulteric Drums was so sick of people complaining about her outfit, her not wearing what you gave her, that he just made her naked. So, yeah, when you walk in, she's wearing nothing but a Daedric longsword and nothing else. So, I couldn't exactly put that on film and put it on YouTube. So I gave her this outfit, which is what she's going to be wearing while she's adventuring with me for a while, at least. So let's talk to her.
Take a bath.
Oh, wow. Huh? How did you get here?
What is it, Riven?
I thought I'd come over and say hello. What is Riven?
Unconcealed drow tend to say that in human lands. Hello yourself, Jalok.
Drow? The fabled underground elf? Do you know much about Skyrim?
Yes, I suppose. No, I do not. It's about time someone told me about Skyrim.
I can tell you more of Skyrim.
We'll see how long you survive. Hopefully, longer than others.
Get him! Kill him!
I'll do whatever I can to help you.
I find this a most satisfactory arrangement.
Okay.
Very well. I am beginning to tire of spending my time with fools.
Follow me, I need your help.
Very well.
This should be good.
We will see how long you survive.
Going to enjoy killing you.
Now, just like the previous Viconia DeVir in Oblivion, she won't initiate the conversation, but you'll have to talk to her every 24 hours, and you'll get at the next part of her quest line.
A fight.
You don't talk much, do you?
Spare a coin for a poor old
So
beggar.
what were you doing in Javasker?
I'm a lone traveler seeking companionship. Going to a guild called the Companions makes sense, does it not?
So you got a sense of humor. You should joke more often.
Drow do not joke. We kill.
Oh, I think I'm gonna like her. Alright, so after the first 24 hours, that's the first thing she said, after the first 24 hours. Where is that? You'll get a new quest objective called Win Viconia's Heart. Nope, I don't want an arrow on her head the whole time. Also,
The Drow are never this idle with their time.
I need to trade some things with you.
In what skimpy outfit will you have me wear this time?
She has this. Spelltome Summon Viconia.
Farewell.
I suggest you read it, and just in case you get lost, get separated from her, you can summon her with it. Voila!
This light, still it burns me.
You didn't mention you were a vampire.
Don't be daft. I'm from the Underdark. It's a vast underground cave, big enough to shelter many societies. My eyes are sensitive to see in pitch black. This bright light stings.
Is there anything I can do?
Forget it. I'll be fine. Don't fuss, dear. Have I ever told you how I survived when I first came to the surface?
Oh boy, story time.
When among humans, I remained hooded, and it was only a matter of time and materials before I could have my own homestead away from prying eyes. I had a neighbor. Over time, we formed an awkward friendship. He did not ask why I wore my hood, and I slowly began to trust him. I revealed myself one afternoon. He said nothing about it, but invited me over that night. When I arrived, someone hit me over the head from behind. I woke to searing pain. They had defiled me and buried me alive. A mistake not to kill me. Pain is a handmaiden to my people, and these tortures were amateurish.
What happened next?
I naturally took my revenge. I waited until night and they were drunk. I trapped his son in their outhouse and set it aflame. When the father came to help him, I garroted him from behind and forced him on his knees. As we watched the outhouse burn, I whispered to him, "You should have finished it like I will now." That is the way of the drow.
Damn. Don't get her when she's in a bad mood.
I wish to apologize for attempting to unburden myself upon you before. I was foolish to be so weak in Faerun, and worse yet to speak to you about it.
I think it's brave to reveal something like that.
Understand, I've had nothing but ill encounters with surfacers since I fled the Underdark. Their constant spite burns within my soul.
I don't think you're so terrible.
You would think me terrible enough, Abil, if you knew more about me. I'm drow. Make no mistake about that. It was most unusual. One moment I was in Faerun, and the next I was here, stripped of my gear and other possessions.
Fur Run? Is that a Khajiit land?
Faerun. It's on another plane of existence. A fable in your Tamriel now. It's actually much like Tamriel now that I think about it.
Interesting.
But our dwarves are still around. They were much hardier, no?
So it's about the same, except you are now randomly naked in a strange town.
Jellic, please. I've got nothing to hide. No situation on the surface can compare to the brutality of the Underdark. Blame the gods for that bug. Now let's move on. I've been watching you for a time as we travel. You have a pleasing look about you, I think. The sort of musculature that makes a woman swoon.
You find me attractive?
And what do you think of Viconia? Does my ebony glow spur lustful thoughts? Does my sharp beauty give you singular twinges of desire?
You're the most exotic woman I know.
That is good to know. Not that I would deign to lie with a dog such as you, loathing male. Now turn your eyes. My skin crawls from your attentions.
We're the children of Skyrim, and we fight all our life.
This is what you do all day? Walking around, randomly doing other people's errands?
Traveling, exploring, and interacting with people. It's just something I like.
I suppose you're on to something.
Look, I do welcome the company. It makes traveling better.
Well, I suppose I feel the same. I'm Drow. We in the Underdark must deal harshness, or otherwise receive it.
You don't have to keep your guard up around me. Relax.
I admire people with standards. It's always nice to see. I've been thinking a little. I've been thinking of the time I've spent with the Riven, the humans. And I found nothing redeeming or worthwhile.
Don't judge all by the actions of a few.
What do you mean by that?
All topsiders are not the same.
Really? I have yet to find one that hasn't intended to harm me. Except you, of course. Perhaps this world will be different from Theron. There I was often attacked on sight, or manipulated by those who pretended friendship. People are clearly not like that here. Not all of them. It's unusual. Well, moving on. I notice you staring. Take your leering eyes and turn them elsewhere, plainsman.
Sorry, your beauty is distracting.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Never get used to this damned cold. How does anyone live here? The stink of the collective Riven. How I despise them all.
I bathe, sometimes. Okay, occasionally. Would you believe never?
It's not you exactly, but the occasional city stench, the smell of the very wind itself, and the sunlight to boot. Sometimes it is overwhelming.
Well, I'm glad you endure for me.
Oh, get away from me. Hey, wait.
What's wrong?
I ache from my constant exertions on your behalf. Rub my back, shoulders, and feet, or I shall not take another step.
What? Right now?
Do it!
Yes, ma'am.
That felt marvelous.
Like that, do you?
Mwah. I should give you one sometime.
Please, don't do it while we're in a dungeon.
I'll give you one whenever I want, and you will like it.
Promises, promises.